All right, so today we're gonna be making pastry cream. Pastry cream is what we're gonna use we could flavor it with chocolate, coconut, banana, and use it for a cream pie, or we could flavor it with whatever we want to and use it inside the cream puffs that we talked about earlier, utilizing pot of choux. So to make this, it's very simple, it's very quick. Essentially, it's very similar to just like a homemade pudding. So we're gonna start by, we're gonna be mixing our milk and our sugar. We add sugar in 2 different batches. So take our milk and our first sugar and put those on in the pan on the stove, and we want to bring that up to a boil. Now, while that's cooking, I'm going to kind of start, while I'm waiting for this to boil, I'm going to get my egg mixture ready. So here I have some whole eggs and egg yolks. I'm going to add those. And then I'm going to sift in my cornstarch and the other sugar. The reason why we're sifting is, again, just to make sure that cornstarch doesn't lump up. We don't want any lumps in our mix there. Okay, so that's ready. And I'll keep stirring this once in a while. All I'm doing really is just stirring this to make sure my sugar isn't settling to the bottom, and that it's getting well mixed in. I'm gonna turn my heat up just slightly. While that's still going, I'm just gonna now stir together my cornstarch, sugar, and egg mixture. So it's ready for when the milk is ready. I want to make sure I get all of the cornstarch and sugar on the sides mixed in. Okay, so my milk mixture is almost to a boil. Once it hits that point, we'll pull it off the heat. And so when we add this, we're going to add it very slowly. We're not going to add all of our milk. We're going to make a liaison. We're just adding a little bit of our milk very slowly, just to slowly bring those eggs up. If we were to take all of the milk and add it all in at once, we'd have scrambled eggs, and it wouldn't be very good. We'd have scrambled eggs within a milk mixture, and we'd have to basically be starting over. So we always want to make sure that we're adding that slowly so that those eggs don't scramble. And then this does get cooked twice, it will go back to the heat. So I'm at a boil, so I'm going to switch my heat off. And I'm going to go up, and then while stirring, I'm going to slowly drizzle in some of that milk. Slowly bringing those eggs up to the proper temperature. All right, so once I have all that mixed in, now I'm going to add all of the milk mixture, or this mixture, back to the pan. It's going to go back on the heat. And now, with cooking this, we're going to start to, you can feel it thicken just slightly, like the egg mixture has gotten thicker, the milk has gotten thicker. But we're essentially going to bring this back to the boil. And this happens very, very quickly, especially in small batches. Bigger batches take a little bit longer. Smaller batches go a little bit quicker. So we're just bringing this back up to a boil, and it's going to happen very, very quickly. You start to see, you want to be stirring the whole time. If you're not stirring, it's going to start to stick in the middle and start to burn, and you're going to end up with a burnt mixture, which is definitely not what you want. So we're going to bring this back together and cook it for just a second. We are cooking it basically just to keep our, or to cook out our starch, so we don't have that starchy flavor, just like when we make a roux, we're making a sauce. So I'm going to switch my heat off. And then essentially the last thing we have to do is we are just going to add butter and our vanilla to this and stir that in. And now, once the butter is all mixed in, we have our pastry cream. Now this could be used, like I said earlier, we could add any flavorings we'd want to at this time. If we were gonna, we could, and then after we add flavorings, we could take it, I like to put it in when it's nice and warm like this still, and put it into our pie shell for a cream pie, pre-baked pie shell for a cream pie. Or if we're gonna store it and save it for later, like we're gonna puff it into a pot of choux like for a cream puff, I'd want to put it into a thin pan so it cools quickly, layer it with a little bit of sugar, and plastic wrap right on the top so that it doesn't form a skin. But again, pastry cream is a very versatile product that we can use for a lot of different things.